We are at the Varsity for a special episode of ATL Movie Scene. I am Melanie Snare. The Varsity has been serving Atlanta since 1928 and is the world's largest drive-in restaurant. You never know who you might see if you drop in the Varsity. There's lots of celebrity sightings, and today we're going to talk to Vince Vaughn and Kevin James. So again, welcome to Atlanta.
Nice to be with you. How are you?
Awesome. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Thanks so much for having us.
Awesome. Well, so you've been to Atlanta before, I heard you saying, correct?
Yeah, I've been here many times, and Kevin used to perform down here at the Punchline.
Yes, I worked here doing stand-up comedy many years ago, and it was a lot of fun.
So when were you here, and what was it like working at the
it must have been, I'm gonna say, early '90s, and it was incredible. It was fun. It was a great town, and it was exciting for me because I was a young comedian on the road, and this was such a great room to work. I remember that. I remember hearing that, and I wanted to do well there.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here today, Nate. That's what you've earned here today. One meeting.
Hey, what are you doing? You giving me the Kurt Russell speech from the movie Miracle?
It's applicable to what we're doing. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna come up with something better than that.
Who are we?
B&V Engine Design.
Nick, start your engine.
That motor in that car, when it started vibrating.
I'm sorry?
If I was sitting on the hood of that car and the way it was shaking, vroom, vroom.
Cheers. We got the deal. When it comes to couples, they're my hero.
Honey, you hear that? Ronnie just told Bethlehem his hero. Come on, buddy. Every kid wants to dance with his hero.
Okay, this is completely out of context.
Those plants are poisonous!
Awesome.
So you're at the Varsity, and I saw that you tried the chili cheese dog. What did you think?
You betcha. Well, it's great. I mean, I was saying this is sober in the light of day, and it's good.
Yeah.
So I bet at 2 in the morning, those things are really good.
Yeah.
Do you guys like random facts?
Why not have? You have some random facts?
I have
Let's
a
hear it.
random fact about
Let's do
the hot
it.
dog you ate. The Varsity makes 2 miles of hot dogs a day on a busy day here.
Well, I can believe it. They're good tasting hot dogs.
That's a lot of hot dogs.
It is. I release half a mile a day of hot dogs. So it happens. It's
So you're
ebb
doing
and
your
flow.
part.
It's the circle of life, I think. I am doing my part.
Also, so you guys are performing at Cobb Performing Arts Center tonight. You're doing the Vince Vaughn and Kevin James Comedy Roadshow. What's it like spending this much time together? Are you guys sick of each other yet?
I'm not even close. It's a blast, and this is why we decided to do it. We had such a great time shooting The Dilemma, the movie, and we just wanted a fun way of getting out there and promoting the movie, but also having fun with the with live audiences and actually meeting the people in each city that we get to go to. So
Yeah.
it was. We just had fun, and we're just having fun now. We're just continuing it.
Cool. So do you have a preference for doing stand-up versus shooting films, or are there challenges for one versus the other for you?
Well, they're very different. You know, movies are one thing, but there's nothing quite like getting out live. And also,
Right.
like Kevin said, you know, Atlanta's one of the places I played the last time I went out with the variety show, and it's one of the only few places I came back to. It's always, for me, a lot of fun to come here. And, you know, being live on stage and interacting with an audience is much different than, you know, shooting something and sort of waiting. First of all, you know if it's funny right there.
That's right.
Movie, you got to wait a few months.
Or not. Yes, you know.
And then it's too late, right? You
Yeah,
can't redeem
that's right.
yourselves.
That's right.
So tell me a little bit about The Dilemma, what it was like shooting, and just some funny moments on set.
It was great. We just had a blast doing it. I mean, it was a lot of fun people, and what is amazing to me, because I was working with people of such talent, that there were no egos. Everybody was great, except for Queen Latifah. She was just a maniac, wasn't she?
She's mean,
No.
just horrible.
She was probably the sweetest person
That's why he
we
says it.
ran into. Yeah, she was.
We
probably-
both fell in love with
We
Queen.
did.
She's just, I mean, not only is she so talented, she's just a great energy
She's just
to
a
be
great
around.
spirit. She
Warm-
really
warm
is.
person.
We had a lot of
She's
fun
awesome.
with her. We had a lot of fun with her, but with everybody, honestly, the whole crew was. Everybody was great. And again, I thought there'd be a lot of maybe attitudes, and everybody would, you know, and they certainly have a right to because of what they've done.
Yeah.
And nobody brought that on set.
I just saw my best friend's wife with another man.
How you like me now?
Oh my God.
You gotta tell him. It's guy code, man.
Hey, Ronnie.
Where are you?
I'm doing all different kinds of things now with all the nice people.
Well,
Why do you sound like you're on medication?
You gotta go right up to him and you gotta say it to him. Nick, here's the truth. You're gonna be okay. I love you, my man. Come here.
Why is that man hugging himself? Just keep walking.
I saw it all, Geneva. I'm gonna tell him.
I'm gonna deny it, and then I'm gonna say you made a pass at me.
Ronnie, can I talk to you for a second?
I was actually gonna run up here for about the rest of the day. That there's something that I have to fix. Oh, God. Hey, man. Oh, God.
You're not fixing anything. You're breaking more stuff.
You killed my fish.
I'm sorry.
You guys are in many, many huge blockbusters and my personal favorites. You're very talented and very funny. Did you play jokes on each other on set?
Oh, yeah.
What happened on set? What are some funny things?
I would take a bunch of marbles and not the they were the glass ones that you would skip as a kid, those kind of ones, the glass ones, the real ones though, they're not rubber or anything like that. And I would pour them into Vince's pockets everywhere in his outfits, and he would put them on. He would notice that he was on set, and then when he was on set, he'd be in a scene where it was very serious. He'd have to tell me or something. Maybe the scene where he was telling me, I don't want to give it all away, but he reaches into his pockets, and he doesn't know what he thinks. He's just putting his hands in his pockets, and he finds marbles. He finds marbles.
So what do you do at that point?
Well, at that point, I returned the favor with a hot foot.
He did a hot foot on me.
A hot foot. What's a hot foot?
Well, he stuck the match in the back of my heel and lit it on fire, and I didn't know. I had no idea, and I just was like, I didn't know what was going on until everybody started laughing. I'm like, what is everybody like? Ah!
Then he would open up his trailer, and then the bucket of paint.
A bucket of paint fell on me.
Right down.
It was literally a Home Alone fest, and it was
Home Alone.
It was
Love
tough.
it.
It was, and then we just did a whole bunch of things back and forth to each other. It just was nonstop. Winona was crazy.
The real is Kevin's one of those guys I've always liked watching. He's so funny, and we just had a great time right off the bat. We joke around. We had a good time with each other. We weren't doing hot foots and stuff, but we did have a lot of fun, and that's part of the reason why we decided to come out live on tour. Was the movie turned out so good. We had so much fun making the movie that it was a good excuse to get to keep hanging out with this so-and-so over here.
Yeah,
and get to go to a bunch of different places that we like and have some fun.
So you always have to be on your A game because you never know
That's right. You don't know what's going to happen.
What's up somebody's sleeve, right?
That's right. But probably marbles.
Probably marbles
Up
in the pocket.
Yes. Or up the sleeve.
Or
You
up
never
the
know.
sleeve. You never know. Well, thanks so much for joining
Thank
us,
you.
guys. Good luck with the dilemma. Can't wait for it to come out
Great to
January
meet you.
14th.
So nice to meet you.
Enjoy
Thanks for coming
Atlanta
out and
while you're
spending
here.
some time with us. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Sure. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
So I actually found Gordon and Nancy, who are second and third generation varsity. I will let Nancy explain that.
My dad, Frank Gordy, started the varsity in 1928. He was a student at Georgia Tech and not the world's best student, and he dropped out and had the brilliant idea of starting the varsity.
So you've just picked right up and become part of the family business. What's it like being a part of such an amazing establishment? It's the world's largest drive-in restaurant.
It's very exciting. It's a privilege to pull on this lot every day and have, like today, was an exciting day having Hollywood stars at the varsity. I mean, it's something different every day and it's fun.
Yeah, everybody talks about the varsity as definitely a landmark in Atlanta and on your to-do list. Do you get a lot of people just coming through that are visiting the city?
Absolutely. During the summer, July is probably our busiest time of year, and it's people traveling through and stopping and getting a chili dog. So.
And you're right here next to Georgia Tech. I hear that Georgia Tech home football games are definitely your busiest time, right?
Absolutely. We have a big one Saturday, and so it'll be packed in here.
So how many people come through the doors on a given Saturday of a Georgia Tech game?
There'll probably be 30,000 people through here.
Incredible. Well, good. Well, thank you so much for having us. Very cool that Vince Vaughn and Kevin James stopped by to see you guys. That's great. Ethan, what's going on at the varsity today?
I don't know. I was on the way back from my calculus class, and my dad called me to come meet him at the varsity. And we walked in, and he pulled me over to the side, and Vince Vaughn and Kevin James were just sitting there talking to cameras. It was pretty weird.
So a very random day at the varsity, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So are you a big fan of theirs?
Yeah, I actually went and saw Grown Ups this past summer. Kevin James was in that. And then Vince Vaughn and Dodgeball, probably one of my favorite movies. Too many quotes to even start with.
Oh, guys are such quoters. Yeah, they never stop. So speaking of grown-ups, did you hear that Adam Sandler actually bought all of his co-stars this week Maseratis as a thank you gift for that movie?
I wish I was in the movie. I had no idea that he did that.
Isn't that nuts? I know. I meant to ask Kevin James and totally forgot. Can you imagine getting a Maserati as a thank you gift?
Not even close.
I mean, I'd like it as a paycheck, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, awesome. Well, you never know who you're going to see next time, right? Be back to the varsity?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
So, Felicia, it's not every day that you're behind the counter at the varsity and you see celebrities like Vince Vaughn and Kevin James walk by, right?
Right.
So what was it like? Did you know they were coming?
No, I didn't know they were coming to surprise me. And I
Welcome y'all here. Yeah.
don't seen a lot of Vince Vaughn movies like the one, The Breakup and Be Cool. I look at a lot of his movies, so it surprised me. And you know, I'm a fan of,
We in
a
charge.
big fan of.
Very, very cool. Well, you never know. The varsity. It's the happening place in Atlanta. I must say, today was a blast. I got to hang out with Vince Vaughn and Kevin James at the varsity. It was so much fun. The energy of the whole place was just incredible. Those guys are a riot. They are just as funny in person as they are on the big screen, and you better check them out on The Dilemma, January 14th. Until next time, we'll see you on ATL Movie Scene.
I like to make a toast. To Bert and Sue, 40 years. Wow. I would assume that the thing that would get you through those 40 years would be a little friend I like to call honesty.
And love.
That's a good one, but I think that comes too from honesty.
And similar interests.
Who are you?
Cousin Betty.
First?
Second.
Okay, the second cousin, just so you know, is not really even a relative because someone could have sex with their second cousin and the kid would most likely still be normal. Honesty. You can't run from it because the truth will always find you. Bert and Sue. I'm gonna tell your husband he's married to Helen Keller.
Helen Keller?
Yeah, the girl with all the personalities.
Sybil.